We will be here forever. Do you understand? Forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. We will be here forever. Do you understand that? Get what I'm saying? Forever. How many real hip-hoppers in the place right about now?
Today got, I don't even have to say what it is. From the year 1977, composed by John Williams. Just the cover on its own should speak for itself. But the movie just came out. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I watched the trailer. I shouldn't have watched the trailer because I think watching the movie just by itself is probably the best experience. Just going in, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing what's going on. This record though has so much music, so much strings, horns, drums. You can sample anything on here. There's so much to sample. One part today. Glad to be back. Let's get into it. This is the part that I sampled. I chopped it up into 5 pieces. These are the parts that I chopped up. I slowed it down for the first part. I pitched it slow. Messing around with it. And then I just try to fast pitch and see what I would get. I fast pitch it, see what I would get. Getting close. I don't know, it just sounded like eerie. I like the sound of that. So I'd go. So for the second part, it was the drums, and the drums pretty much went with what was going on. So by themselves, this is what you get. And then together you got this. With my dad, and when I was hanging out with them, we had this piano. The piano already had like a looped in drum, and then my dad was just telling me like, oh yeah, like that's bass, and sometimes I forget that the drum is like, it's like a bass, the bass drum it's like a bass. So when I was hearing it, I was just kind of like hearing that bass, like I try to give it a certain feel when I was going. I really like the drums that I picked out. Real drums, as opposed to just electronic drums like a boom, or like an electronic boom, or an electronic closed hi-hat, or an electronic snare. The next one, I really like this drum, the ride drum. That drum, I wanted to hear that drum. Like, that's a drum that I really like using, but I found out that I like when I worked with Miguel. If you don't know him, Mighty Miguel. I remember he had this beat, and he just had that, and that's when I noticed, like, damn, like I like the sound of that. As you listen to music, or as you produce music, it's always good to know what you like. Like, know what you like, not necessarily like what's popular or what's trending, but just finding out what it is that you like. Because as you find out the instruments or the drum sounds that you like, you end up making your own sound. And that's, for me, that's the goal for me, is to have my own original sound, like being original. Because all the guys that I looked up to, they were original. You know, yeah, like they got from other people, but they made it their own, and that's what I try to grasp from everything, is to find out what it is that I like and just try to make it my own. So, you know what I mean? So I have my fresh input on what hip hop is to me. I added the guitar. And then together it goes. The drums, making my own sound with it, as opposed to just using it as just for a rhythm. And then for the last part, I added this. I was looking for a bass, but that little synth right there just went with it. And that's pretty much it. What you get all together